Welcome to the FX40 introductory video 2. In this video we'll bring some points into our FX40 from our FX07. Here we are at the where we left off in the last video. We can see we have our FX07 imported. Now we want to bring some points in for temperature monitoring and other points in your program. The first step to doing that is we need to determine the point addresses. So we need to go back to FX Builder for that. So here's a little program I built, a few points. If we go to Protocol and N2 Open, we can edit the N2 Open protocol. In this window, we can see all of our points, the point names, and the point addresses. Also notice the point type. These are ADF, they're analog data floats. If you get a lot of points here, it's a good idea to do a print screen of this and print it off so you remember your point addresses. So we'll cancel out of that and go back to FX40. So to add the points into our from our FX07 into FX40, we need to go down to, at the side tree, the navigation tree here, we can see our FX07 is in there. If we pull that down, we'll see points within it. We can double click that to bring us to the points database. See, we have none imported. So if we go to the bottom, we can click on New. And the first thing we want to do in this screen is tell it the type of point that we're bringing in. Let's bring in a temperature first. That will just be a numeric point. We'll OK that. That brings us to this screen. On this screen, none of these values get saved if you enter them at this point. So it's best just to OK through this, and we'll come back and edit this point after. So we click OK there. Now we can see this point is unconfigured, showing unconfigured and stale. So let's double click on it to configure it. Okay. First thing we want to do is give it a unique name. This was the room temperature. The other things we need to do in this screen are we need to enter the network point type. To remember, it was a analog data float, and its point address, which was, for the room temperature, was 2. So we'll OK that. Okay. You can see that's now configured, showing a status of OK, and it's giving us a reasonable room temperature. Let's bring a couple more points in. Next point I'd like to bring in is the set point. Now this point is a writable point. It's a numeric writable. So we'll add one of those. Once again, don't enter any info in this screen, just OK this. And then double click to configure. We'll give that a name, set point. Make the point type analog data float, and the address of the set point was 1. So you can see that point's come in as overridden. That means it has a value that's been assigned to it. So the status of that one is good. We'll bring in another one. The last one we'd like is the output. This is it's an on-off control, so that's a Boolean point. It's true or false. So OK that. Once again, OK this screen. Configure the point. Call this output. And make the point type an analog data float, and the point address of the output was 4. Okay, So we can see the status of that is true. As you can see, the set point is lower than the room temp, so this is true. So this is an air conditioning system. Now this point is a numeric writable point, so we can change that one here. If we click on that point and right click on it, you can see the second item down is actions. Within actions we can go to set, and we can change the value of that. If we change that to 23, you can see the set point changes, and now our output goes to false. So that's now turned off.